In this video, I'm going to review the new world of Karamelle into 4 different sections. The sections are story, scenery, NPCs, and the ending. Let's get started. I'm gonna love you. What's poppin', guys? It's your boy Ultimate Speedster, and today we're doing a review on the new world of Karamelle. Before we get started, let me know what you think of Karamelle down in the comment section below. Part number 1 I'm going to go over is the story. Now, the story basically summed up by Nana basically wanting to sell treats all over the spiral and be the only one to do it. In this process, she's also abusing her workers and causing the gummies to go haywire, which harms the workers and causing a huge threat to the world itself. Now, this story alone, I think, is pretty okay. It's different from the other worlds, I'll say, but it's nothing too spectacular, but it is different and is a fresh look on things. Part number 2 is the scenery of the world. Now, I appreciate the scenery in the lighter areas, as in the forest and the central area of the world, basically like the commons area. I really enjoyed the scenery in those places. However, I didn't really appreciate the scenery in the very dark places, the abandoned places. The mines I really didn't care for because they're mines. I expected them to be dark. But I just wish there was more brighter areas that we could have seen in the world itself. Part number 3 is the NPCs, non-playable characters. Now, I'll say the NPCs, as for the friendlies, I don't think they're memorable at all, except for the Cabal Mole, which you become friends with, and that works on the Arcanum. So that's the only one I think is memorable. But as far as Greta and the others that helped you out in the world itself, I don't think they're very memorable. I don't really care about the characters that much. Like, when they got in trouble, we saved them, but I didn't really feel attached to the characters as I did in Polaris or Chrysalis. The enemies was different, however. Their fighting style was very different as well. You notice when you're fighting them, they cast a lot of 1-pip spells and very ancient spells where you learn in very low levels. What I also thought was really weird is that they cast their school's shield. So let's say you're fighting a fire enemy, they will cast a -80 fire shield, which I thought was a different spin on things, because usually I would expect the enemy to cast a -80 ice shield, but that's not the case. I really enjoy the models of the characters in this world. One example that I can give about the gummy worms at Karamelle is that there'll be 2 different schools. For example, one would be fire and life at the same time. So one end of the gummy worm would be red and the other one would be green, or at least the other end. Now, I think that was very unique on what they did and really cool how they coordinated with it. I like the chocolate mousse. I also like the citizens. I thought their models was pretty cool. One of the NPCs that I personally had a problem with was the Gobbler King. It was a very challenging boss to me, and I actually haven't fought a boss that difficult in a while. So it was new to the game and fresh, but it was also really tough to fight him. One thing about the NPCs is that we actually got introduced to more of the Cabal members. Now, I thought that was very interesting because the Cabal is actually being a really huge part about what's happening inside the game. When you walk around Karamelle, you can see people from different worlds, like from Polaris, Mirage, Krakatopia, Mushu. You see different people from different worlds coming to Karamelle. It shows that Karamelle is like a tourist spot, kind of. So I really like that they added it. The last part that I'm going to go over is the ending. Now, the ending for me was lackluster. I didn't like the ending at all. I was really hoping for more of a challenge at the end. I kind of expected a bigger threat at the end, or a much bigger appearance at the end. Now, the animation for the ending was very cool, but I didn't really care for the total ending itself. Nana just gets put in jail, and the final boss fight wasn't challenging at all. It was actually really easier compared to the Gobbler King boss, which I thought was really weird, and they could have wrapped it up way better than what happened. Now, for my overall review, I think the scenery was really well done. It was just that sometimes it was lackluster, and we was in areas longer that I really didn't like what we needed to be. I also think that the enemies, NPCs, and the friendly NPCs were very well done, as in their look and model. And for the story mode, it was pretty decent. Wasn't really nothing special about the story, but it was okay. As far as the ending, I think it could have been done way better. So to summarize this, I would give this world a total of a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 of the whole entire world. Wasn't something I really cared about. I was really hoping more for this world. I wish I could give it a higher rating, but I really didn't care about this world. It's above average. 5 is the average score for me, so it's a little bit above, but it's really not something that I really care about. It's not in my top 10 list of worlds at all. My first ever playthrough of this world was done on my Fire Wizard because it's my first wizard I ever made, and Fire is the best school in the game. To see the reasons why, I'll have the video right here, and I will leave it in the end of this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, tap that notification bell, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links are down below. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there, and peace.